Hey friends, I just wanted to come to you today and do a video for you and welcome you to my YouTube channel. I have been thinking about this for a while, and I think this will be a really great way for me to share information and upload content for you, and also kind of build a relationship. You get to see me, you get to see my face, you get to hear my voice, hear what I have to say, and it's just a way for us to connect on a different level. And so I'm excited to be able to share myself, my life, my thoughts, my experience with you, and be able to get to know you as well. So on this first video that I'm going to upload to YouTube, what I'd like to do is I'd really like to just welcome you. I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. If you were sitting down here and I didn't know you, I would stand up and shake your hand, have a few moments where, I just, say a greeting of some kind. And if I did know you, I would certainly stand up and give you a hug and say, hey, it's nice to see you, which it is. It's nice to see you. And glad you're here. Glad that you felt led or drawn, really. I think that my energy is going to show up on these videos, and you're going to be drawn to me and what I have to say. And I'm excited about that. I think that we're looking for people who we resonate with. And if you have landed here, I just believe that you were drawn to it. So welcome. And I have some beautiful things that I have learned over the years about parent coaching and about being a parent, what that means, what that looks like, what that feels like. And so one of the very first things that I want to talk about is what I am doing right now. I am welcoming you into something that I am creating. I'm welcoming you into my YouTube channel, into my life in this way. I am going to be vulnerable on these videos. I'm going to share real stories. I'm going to share real ideas, practical things that you can do, things that you can apply to your life and to your family. And so, but that is one of the biggest things that you can do in your home with your son and your daughter is welcome them. Think back about the time that they were born. Sit down and think about that, about when this little tiny person was born and you held them to you. You drew them in to you. You wrapped your arms around them and you kissed them and you held them and you spoke to them sweetly. And remember that moment, embody it. Go home, maybe if you can, take a minute and just stop everything for a few moments. Do it in your car, maybe on your way home from work, or in the driveway before you go in to your house, or lock yourself in your bedroom, or whatever it might be. But take a few minutes and remember what it felt like when you held your son or your daughter for the very first time, and embody it. Think about the details, where you were, the location, what was going on, who was there, who were the people involved that were helping to birth this beautiful miracle. That moment in time is how you should live every single day of your life with your son and your daughter. When they come home from school, when they get up in the morning, when they leave to go to school, when they leave to go to a friend's house, when they come home from a friend's house. And this goes without saying, because you don't need to be a creep about it, right? Like, we don't need to smother our children. That's not the point. But the point is about having a connection. You created this person, literally, from your DNA. And if you're a woman, inside your body, you created this human. And we are designed for connection. We don't have enough of it, and we need more. That is the number one thing that you can do to keep and make and dig deeper into that relationship that you have with your son or daughter. Above everything else, they need to know that they are loved, that they are cherished, that they are held, that they can have a place to rest. And that is you as their mom and their dad. So that's what I want to leave you with today. This is a very simple thing, and it can be missed very easily, but it has tremendous impact on your relationship with your son or daughter. So make a point to connect in that way. I'm going to cover a couple of things. One, if your family's not used to hugging, then this is going to feel really awkward. I understand that. So here's a couple of things that you can do. You're going to start small, but you're still going to start. And one of the things you can do is just at bedtime. Just at bedtime. When you're tucking them in, brushing teeth, whatever, and it doesn't matter if you have a 2-year-old or an 18-year-old, it doesn't matter. It's the same principle. So I encourage you to apply it the same. When everybody's getting ready for bed, or it's the time for that child to go to bed, or if you have a teenager and you're going to bed sooner, make a point. Go find them. Walk to them and say their name. So I'm going to practice this right now and tell you. You're going to go to, I'm going to say, hey, Tanner, I'm going to go to bed now. He's my 18-year-old. I hope that you sleep well. I love you. Bring it in. Give him a hug. And then go to bed. If it's your 2-year-old, you're going to give them hugs, kisses. Say you love them. Maybe hold them for 20, 30 seconds. Just hold them before you lay them down. Be in that space with them. It comforts. So that's a practical step. Makes a tremendous difference. Tremendous. Way more than you think. So don't skip it. And that's number one thing that I want to welcome you today to the channel. Go welcome your family. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful family that you have. Cherish it. And this is a really simple way to do this. I'm going to leave you with a story. And this is kind of a cool story. So about a year ago, my son Wesley was a sophomore last year in school, and he asked me this one morning in the spring if I would drive him to school. We don't live very far from his high school, a few blocks actually. It would be super easy for him to walk, but it was a little cold, a little rainy, and he said, "Mom, would you drive me to school?" And I said, "Sure, absolutely, I'll drive you." So we hop in the car. I drive him 3 blocks down the road. We're kind of chuckling about that. And I pull up to the front of the school where there's 1,800 students gathering into the doors, right, getting to class. And we both gestured to get out of the car. And he was kind of like, "Why are you getting out of the car, Mom?" Right? And I was like, "Oh yeah, that was, I don't know, habit," right? And I was actually going to get out and give you a hug because that's what we do. And I said, "But we're at school, no big deal, I'll just head home." And he paused for a moment and he kind of looks at me and he says, "Unlike most of my friends, I actually like my mom, so I would love a hug." And so we got out of the car and I gave him a hug in front of all of his peers and all of his classmates, and just right then and there, and gave him a nice big hug, told him I loved him. He told me he loved me back, and we went our own ways, having a great day. And anyways, that was just one of those moments, though, as a parent, that I wasn't expecting that. And what that came from, though, was a history. We have a history together of connecting. And so when they get older, it's not quite so hard to connect with them if you have a history of that trust and connection. And so, and we even chuckled about it. We laughed. We were like, this is kind of funny. I mean, I was like, oh yeah, no, sorry, I don't want to embarrass you in front of your friends. And he's like, I'm not embarrassed. Come, give me, I want a hug. And I was like, cool, let's do it. So we just had a great time kind of sitting in our own moment and enjoying each other for what it was worth. And it was cool. So I leave you with that. It's a story that's real and true and practical and gives you an idea of what that can look like. And I know there's a lot of really awesome parents out there who are doing this. I implore you, keep going. You are doing good work. So I'm going to sign off right now, and I hope you all have a great day.